Hello, everyone. Welcome to Steve Rosenfield's stand-up comedy workshop show, the online edition. Thank you so much for tuning in. We have a lot of great comics from all over the country ready to perform for you, and they have all been part of a workshop taught by Steve Rosenfield, this award-winning comedy director, the founder of the American Comedy Institute, and the author of the amazing book, Mastering Stand-Up, which makes a fantastic holiday gift for that funny person in your life. My name is Michaela. I'm going to be the host. Very excited about the comics performing on our show tonight. Some of our alumni have gone on to perform on The Tonight Show, The Late Show, Gotham Comedy Live, Saturday Night Live, Conan O'Brien. They perform in stand-up clubs all over the country, all over the world. They've been in movies. They've done it all. And we're so excited to have these comics with us tonight. And I hope you enjoy the show wherever you are. And I hope you have a wonderful holiday season so far. Happy Hanukkah to everyone celebrating Hanukkah. I actually came down to Florida to visit some friends for the holidays. I'm here. I'm actually in my friend's bathroom right now, and my friends are in the other room. And ladies and gentlemen, they are the wonderful couple. They've been married for 30 beautiful years. They have seen all 8 seasons of Dexter thrice. And though they live in Florida, they do not believe in global warming. It's Mike and Tina Fagan. It's my parents. They're here. They're in the other room. I am in my mother's bathroom. The lighting is fantastic. I've stolen all her makeup. I'm having a great time so far. My family and we are Italian, but we're not as Italian as I once thought we were. Although I have to admit, growing up, I did think the ring finger was the pinky. I was pretty confident about that. I was told if you have an upset stomach, you should then eat a meatball sub. It will fix that problem instead of cause it. And I did think that melanoma was a guy from Sicily who kept killing all my uncles. And one day I still will get vengeance on melanoma. I know it. He's going down. I'm very excited. It's Christmas time. If you're like, Michaela, what do I get you for Christmas? I have many ideas. I have to tell you, I love trinkets. I love a tchotchke. I love a little tiny treasure. These are my favorite things in the world. Like when I was watching The Little Mermaid growing up and Ariel said, you want thingamabobs? I've got 20, but who cares? No big deal. I want more. I was sure she was still talking about thingamabobs. Surely 20 is not enough. You need more than 20 thingamabobs for a suitable collection. So I like to collect little things, but I like to get them for free. My favorite store is the side of the road. Great deals on the side of the road. Fantastic. Although I think I'm one tragic event and one magazine subscription away from becoming a hoarder. I'm a little scared. I'm going full Grey Gardens lady. Like, I swear I'll find some kitchen equipment on the side of the road and I'm just like, one can never have too many colanders. I can strain just about anything right here, right now. That was my Edie Beale impression. It was okay. I'm getting some smiles, and it's a great movie. Anywho, I am actually a tour guide of New York City. This place right here. I know it. I know all about it. I also know about the tour guides of New York City. There are 2 very distinct groups of tour guide I've come to find. You're either going to get an older, sophisticated, highly knowledgeable, professional gay guy, or a city witch. These are my favorite. You've seen these women. You've seen them walking around Chelsea. They walk 40,000 steps a day, but if they sit down, they're not getting up. Okay. Not for nothing. I just imagine them kind of like huddled over a cauldron in their apartments with some type of potion brewing, just a cup full of AC unit drippings, a feather of the meanest pigeon, and a pinch of asbestos, and poof, a 1,000-year lease in Greenwich Village for $32 a month. That's how they do it. I know it. They're really fun, though. They give the absolute best tours. I've been on a few where the little old city witch will be like, and on this spot in 1972, okay, I pegged Rudy Giuliani in the ass. Follow me right this way. They give only the most important facts about this city. And they love to tell you how many bodies are buried under Washington Square Park in the comments. How many you think? Whatever it is, you're wrong. It's more than that. It's more than that for sure. I love New York City very much. When I first moved to New York, I thought it would be like Sex and the City. It's like No Sex in the Outer Boroughs. That's the show I'm living in. Speaking of Sex and the City, just with my comics in the Zoom room here, we got any Mirandas? We got any We have any Samanthas? No, Carries? No? Okay. Well, I am a Steve. And I know that about myself now. I'm a full Steve. I'm proud of it. It's pretty good. Pretty good times. I have a lot of anxiety, especially that tends to come out around this time of year, very stressful. So as I was going through Newark Airport, I kind of sang the same songs that I sing in the shower to calm myself down. Didn't make a lot of sense in the airport, but I'll share them with you anyway. Hopefully this will help soothe you. Whenever I'm taking a shower, I put on this little concert and I'm like, all right, this one goes out to all the people who died in this apartment before I moved in. I don't want to close both eyes, even when I wash my face, 'cause I'm scared of you, and I know you're gonna murder me. 'Cause ghosts can murder you, you guys. I don't know if you knew that. I think about it a lot. Or when I'm shaving my legs, I'm like, don't cut yourself intentionally. It's only okay accidentally. You took an ibuprofen and the water is hot, but that doesn't mean your blood won't clot. You've never had problems with clotting. That's called you've never had problems with clotting, obviously. And then at the end of the shower, when you're like, the hair that fell out is a normal amount of hair. This is a normal amount of hair. You don't have alopecia, you don't have lupus, and you never had chemo because you don't have cancer. Oh my God, you definitely do. There's really no way to know if you don't. Those are my songs. Everyone at the airport was scared of me. It was fine. I made it to Florida in one piece. And I hope you're having a great time wherever you are. I'm going to bring your very first comic to the screen. We are so glad to have her all the way from New Jersey, the greatest state in this great country. Please put your hands together virtually for the very funny Linda Kurilov.
Hey, thanks for having me. You know, there's a spa treatment where they actually smear bird poop on your face. It's supposed to detoxify your skin. And then there's this other treatment where blood-sucking leeches are put on your skin, and that's supposed to rid you of varicose veins. I tell you, between the bird poop on my face and the leeches on my skin, I didn't leave the spa feeling glamorous. I left there feeling homeless. I shop a lot at discount stores. The tags always have two prices, the suggested retail price and our price. Now, the suggested retail price is some overblown number there to make our price look good. Now, they probably have some old lady back there working with them, making these odd suggestions. What you got there, baby? Let grandma see. Oh, that's a nice scarf. Oh, very nice fabric. Well, with the faulty stitching, it's probably worth somewhere around, oh, I don't know, maybe $8. What we pay for it? 10? Okay. Well, let me see now. Come in close, baby. Here's my suggestion. $500. Next, what else you got? I thought I was a good discount shopper, but then I moved to Jersey. Found out I was major leagues, baby. First time I went shopping in Jersey for Macy's one-day sale, I learned it's not actually a one-day sale. It's a dog-eat-dog sale. It's an only the strong survive sale. It's a kill or be killed sale. On Black Friday, I shopped in Manhattan. I mean, I just couldn't face the Jersey shoppers that day. I figured New Yorkers are too cool to go crazy over some deals. And I'm so glad I did. I mean, I got a choice pair of designer boots, and the lady I tackled to get them, I hear, is healing very nicely. Now, what is with the signature pads where you sign your name with your finger? You know, when you buy something or you get a UPS pack.
Oh, she went
That
out.
is the wrong question. My question is, do you accept this signature? And why? I mean, I can't make out a single letter. Is this English? Arabic, or a periodic chart of the elements? You know, I hate people who try to tell you what animals are thinking. That mouse is more afraid of you than you are of it. I saw a mouse one time, let me tell you, I don't think he was thinking that at all. He looked more like he was thinking, put them traps down again here. Your feet are going to feel the incision of my incisors. I didn't put him down. I didn't put him down anymore. So for my birthday this year, I want to get a procedure done, but my husband is dead set against it. I told him it would mean a lot to me, and I'm even willing to pay for half, but he said, absolutely not. He keeps insisting that there's something wrong with a man undergoing liposuction for his wife's birthday. But you know, I try to keep my merits spicy. My husband was sitting on the couch one day and he said, the Golden Globes are coming on tonight. You want to watch? So I said, I got your Golden Globes right here. He said, thanks for the reminder. Tonight it's the SAG Awards. Thanks a lot, folks. You've been a great audience.
Linda Kurilov. Thank you, Linda. You wouldn't win. I mean, I think you could win Golden Globes for sure. SAG Awards, no. Screen Actors Guild, no worries. Your next comic coming, you're welcome. Your next comic coming to the screen. So excited to have him on the show all the way from Kansas City, Kansas. This is the wonderful Trevor.
Good evening. My wife is enjoying going out to eat now that the restaurants have opened back up, which has been a real struggle for me because a few years ago, I was diagnosed with ICBS, or irritable cheap bastard syndrome. People who struggle with ICBS have an inability to experience feelings of joy when we have to spend money. Friends and family members keep inviting us out to join them for dinner and a night out, which really causes my ICBS to flare up. I mean, why can't you just invite people over to your house like normal people? I can tell I'm getting older. I still look fairly young for my age, but in reality, I'm at the age where I'm halfway through a movie before I realize I've already seen it, like last night. I'm at the age that when I'm talking to an attractive woman in her 20s, I sound like her dad. Not daddy, dad. I'm at the age where I envy sober people. That blows my mind. I mean, I remember when I was in my 20s or early 30s and I would meet somebody who was sober and I just figured they were allergic to fun. Now I wonder what sober people can get done before noon on the weekends. If I can get out of bed before noon, I'm usually in the shower, taking a knee, asking God for mercy and one more chance. I used to look at being sober like I looked at caffeine-free Mountain Dew. Like, what's the point of that? Now I'm jealous. Now, to be fair, I recently completed a sober November for almost 5 days. I'm at the age where my kids constantly enjoy making fun of how I parented them. I'm like, good one. Get off my payroll. My daughters and I are always arguing about who had it tougher growing up. They talk about the global pandemic, the opioid epidemic, and the fear that global warming may make the world unlivable. And I'm like, yeah, but you had passenger side airbags. Getting older's tough, but at least I got a comforting message in a fortune cookie. It said, with age comes the opportunity for wisdom. At least that's what I think it said, because with age also comes an inability to read small print. I decided to become a big brother through Big Brothers Big Sisters of America. I did it because I think it's really important for young people to have adult mentors that they can relate to. And what's more relatable than an older white guy who thinks he knows everything? So I signed up 3 years ago and started working with a kid in the 8th grade who's now 17 and 6'3". I'm 5'8". If you don't push the ruler down, I don't really look like his big. When we go out, he looks more like an athlete you should recognize, and I look like his accountant. But guess who doesn't have to call for assistance to get anything off the top shelf at Target anymore? Big Brothers Big Sisters is a really effective program. Kids in this program graduate at a much higher percentage and are much more likely to pursue some form of post-secondary education than kids in similar family situations who aren't in the program. And so far, my big guy has defied the odds. He dropped out of high school. I had one job. Now, I still know that I can turn this thing around. I mean, I've never been in his situation. I've never gone through what he has, but I'm not going to let my ignorance get in the way of offering confident opinions and advice. Through this experience, I've learned a lot of things about myself. The first thing is kudos to me. I'm actually out there trying to do something in the world. And second, I'm failing miserably at it. I'd like to be judged by my efforts and not the results. I will feel no guilt over getting a thank you for your participation trophy. I'm also learning a lot from him. For one, before you take a kid to watch a 3.5-hour football game, you should ask him if he actually likes sports. I've also learned that kids don't think it's funny to ask him how school's going after they've dropped out. I've learned that if a kid has never gone to too many sit-down restaurants, don't tell him to just order what sounds good, because he will order 3 entrees and you will have an ICBS attack right in the middle of the restaurant. Guys, thank you very much.
Trevor from Kansas City, Kansas. You got me thinking, I feel like people who drop out of high school should get participation trophies as well. You know, they did enough. They've participated. So they deserve a trophy. Your next comic coming to the screen, one of my favorite, not just comedians, but people, such a wonderful person and a very funny performer, all the way from also New Jersey. New Jersey's representing tonight on the internet, as they always are. We have the very funny Megan Sweet.
Yay, New Jersey. Woo! Not yay, holiday shopping. I suck at it. And it makes me think of my Nana. She was a pro. She only went one place every Christmas to get her gifts. Her house. She used to just grab crap off the shelves, wrap it up, and give it to us. I remember one year I got a jar filled with bananas, some used pantyhose, and about 40 wicker baskets. What more could an 11-year-old want? She also sent me a college care package one time with a beautiful fluorescent orange and yellow tracksuit and an exercise video called Dancing Grannies. For real. I had the abs of an 85-year-old. It was a great way to start college. Oh, I miss her. So my whole family has IBS. Their bowels are not just irritable, they're enraged and flaming. They all get gas X in their Christmas stockings. Even Santa knows. And after our holiday dinner, we always play a live action game of Clue. It's so fun to see who committed the most gastrous crime. Last year, it was Grandpa in the kitchen, and the weapon was broccoli. But I'm always telling them, you have stuffed down feelings because, I mean, you're stuffing down your feelings. That's why you're having gut issues. I really believe in the mind-gut connection. And I want a doctor to specialize in exposing stuffed down feelings on an X-ray. So here I have an example of a professional X-ray for you to see. So imagine the doctor showing this to a patient. Now, we could not get a clear view of your abdominal cavity. It appears to be covered with this large swirling cloud of resentment, but we do see this pocket under your low intestine, your small intestine, filled with anger. And studies do show that resentment and anger can bind together, and this might be causing your excessive flatulence. Listen, it's not easy to get help for IBS. It takes guts. I organized an IBS awareness walk. Everybody got the runs. So right now I'm hiding from my kids, even though it's in their bedroom. But my older son keeps asking me questions. He doesn't stop. Mom, were you born in the 1800s or 1900s? Mom, why do you keep buying all your clothes in the junior section? Mom, if Jesus can turn water into wine, why aren't you more religious? Got me on that one. So I've been a substitute teacher at his school for I started last spring, and it is a crazy job. One day I'm a gym teacher. The next day I'm a librarian. Thank God I have improv training. But it is funny because sometimes I'm sitting in a classroom when the teacher is there. And when it's time to talk about math, I realize that I have learned nothing at all. And sometimes I forget who I am. I start raising my hand and asking questions. I groan really loud if there's a pop quiz announced. But I do see versions of my younger self there. I saw a girl. She had crumbs all over her face after lunch. She was wearing headgear and she tripped over her own feet a lot. And I'm like, maybe she sees that I'm her future self because I too have crumbs all over my face and trip a lot. And I'm there to show her that it's okay to be 45 and have absolutely no idea what you're doing. If I'm getting through to her that way, this is my calling. But high school was tough. A lot of the boys started making fun of me for having a small breast. And when they went low, I go high. I got a push-up bra. And I started the first ever chapter of the Small Breast Club in our school. Unfortunately, I was the only member. But fortunately, that meant I had the biggest boobs in the club. I was so excited. I had t-shirts made with great sayings like, "Stop staring at my eyes. The magic is down here." They were great shirts. Too bad no one ever read them. So I know it's the holidays and they can be tough for a lot of people, especially if you have anxiety. I've had anxiety my whole life, not to brag, but just take a little advice from a pro. Don't stuff your feelings down like my family does. Because if you do, not only will you be gassy, other people's therapy dogs, emotional support dogs, will start sniffing you out. It happens to me all the time. Dogs know. I can't even walk past the dog park. It's bad. So please take care of yourselves. Happy holidays and good night.
Yay, good night, Megan. That's got me thinking about the therapy dogs now because dogs sniff me out, but I can't tell if it's because of weed in my pocket or my anxiety. And now I will continue to question that. It could be either one. Interesting. Your next comic coming to the screen, another great friend, very funny comic all the way from Washington, D.C. This is Yelena Kulik.
Good evening. So my daughter is smoking all the time and it smells funny. So I asked her, "What is that you're smoking?" And she said, "Oh, this is herb sage. It gets rid of the coronavirus." And I'm so proud of her. She cares about us so much that she smokes all day and all night, all over the house. So she was smoking in the kitchen, and my husband walked in and he smelled it. He's like, "What is that smell? Are you smoking pot?" And I said, "You don't know me at all. I don't have time to smoke pot. I eat edibles. I get cold a lot. And my friends telling me, how come you're always cold? What did you do in Russia during winter?" And I said, "What do you mean? I did exactly what we always do in Russia. Suffer. I feel bad to be Russian right now. I went out with some friends and I wanted to order my favorite cocktail, Black Russian. But by the time the waiter came by, I didn't even want to say word Russian. So I said, can I please have black one? You know, the famous black one. She's like, no, I don't know what you mean. I said, I just want to have a black one. She's like, ma'am, this is a bar. This is not a dating site. Fine, I'll just have Pepsi. People in America challenge themselves physically. Triathlon, mud running, CrossFit, to feel alive. Many people in Russia also challenge themselves like this. We have Trans-Siberian escape from the labor camp. You know, running in bare feet, it's sub-zero temperature. While run chased by guards with dogs and machine guns, that really burns off the calories. So a friend of mine told me that her psychologist diagnosed me with narcissistic disorder. And I said, that is so interesting. You know, I wonder if you can ask your psychologist to interpret this dream I keep having. And she's like, what's the dream? And I said, I dream that you and you psychologist full of shit. I have this single friend and she's so gullible. She told me that she met Brad Pitt online and they're not friends. And he recently asked her to donate $40,000 into his favorite charity for homeless people. I said, are you crazy? This is not a Brad Pitt. This is some random romance scammer. And when I saw her a little while later, she said, you know, you were right. It wasn't a Brad Pitt. And I said, what made you change your mind? And she said, well, another good friend of mine also told me exactly the same thing. And I asked, who is that? Denzel Washington. Thank you so much. I love you.
Yelena Kulik. Thanks, Yelena. And I love your dress. It's very Christmas. And thank you to all of our comics from all across the country. And thank you to you for watching. Thanks so much. We have these shows online every single month, but we also have our shows in person at Gotham Comedy Club in New York City. The next one is January 20th. The next workshop starts January 10th. You can do it from anywhere in the world. Classes are online, shows are in person and online. So we hope to see you. ComedyInstitute.com for more information. Be sure to check out Mastering Stand-Up by Steve Rosenfield and have an amazing rest of your night and rest of your week. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa.